Hello everybody, bienvenido a todo. Welcome to Valbrut with me, Valbrut, and today we are playing Train Sim 4 as always, but as the screen says, the end is nigh for Train Sim World 4. We will be in Train Sim World 5 within a month. So I felt like doing a mainline service in advance of the West Coast mainline, which will be coming with TSW5, which I'm very excited about. And I thought, what about the Midland mainline? Because I haven't made many videos about this, I don't think. And it's quite a nice short route, especially if you're doing like um, a non-stop run along it, which I will do today. So this is a Sheffield to London Pancras service, but obviously the route is only going to take us from Derby to Leicester, and it should be a non-stop. So I'll get started. Oh, doesn't it look gorgeous? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Anyway, I need to get things started. Dun, dun, dun. Just say wait for a moment, which I will do, and then I'll open the doors, and then I'll turn on the vigilance. Ugh. I don't think you can. I think the AWS is just on by default in this version of the train. I'm going to turn this on just because. Although I do prefer the greeniness of the GWR instruments. Was that daylight? Yeah. Don't think I need the de-icer. Don't think I need anything like that. GSMR, nothing. So, we are... Oh, I should close the door already. Huh. Release the brakes, and we'll be able to get going. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that rumble. I'll get up really close so you can actually hear it. Clunky, clunky, clunky. I think I've got some diesel exhaust mods installed, so maybe it doesn't look the same as yours. It's not very exhausty anyway, because this was the newer engines in the HST, not the originals, which were very smoky. So yeah, we're going to be sort of sauntering along down. I think we'll skip East Midlands Parkway. Yep, we'll go right through. So we'll be sort of powering down at around 120 miles an hour for down the chunk of the line, and then we'll get to Leicester. So, really, this is just an excuse to talk more about TSW5 without us just being staring at a web page. The second part of the roadmap did come out, and as expected, it was more focused on the sort of details and what's gonna the core features of TSW5 rather than the routes. But it did then go into a bit of detail about. I think it did have a little bit of stuff around some of the partner releases, some more details, although there wasn't much. Oh, let's have a look at the yard. Oh, that 37 is glorious. On that sort of chopped up HST with its power cars there and one of its, and then a carriage over there. And then a 158 hiding. I see you. Oh no, those are Mark 3s. Just what I know. Was that a big logo? Oh, and in the city. That's nice. Nice. Unusual. There's a 158. So, yeah. There's not a whole lot to say about the core features, I don't think. Because I think I already really did discuss them when they announced stuff. But, like, there's portals to get you from one route to another without having to go back to the menu. If the station is duplicated across two routes. So I think an example would be Brighton, which is in East Coast Way, and Brighton Main Line. So you'll be able to switch between them, switch from one route to another at Brighton without having to go through the UI. So that should be quite cool, particularly if there are there are timetables that sort of match up. But actually, I did watch bits of the roadmap stream as well, just because I was like, maybe they will say or show some things that we don't know. They did show some pictures that weren't released yet, but like they were nice. There's no point really discussing them because I don't have them. So go watch the robot stream and find the bit where they share some screenshots of the new routes. What was interesting and really got me excited is two things. The first is Great Western Main Line Remastered comes with TSW5. It's not coming later, it comes with TSW5. It's just going to be there. So not only do we get 3 amazing new routes, we're going to get basically an overhaul of Great Western Main Line, which has a new timetable, including like debranded Heathrow Express trains. It's not going to be electrified the full route. It's 2017, so it's before electrification was finished, but there might be some additional bits of scenery. So the Heathrow Express will run to Heathrow Junction and then off map. There'll be there are some 387s, so I guess they're going to be running to Hayes and Harlington under the electrification, and no, I'm going to keep it at 4. And the 484 from Isle of Wight will be subbing in as, you won't be able to play, like, it won't be subbing, it will just appear as AI on the District Line tracks at Ealing Broadway, so that's pretty cool as well. What else did they mention? All updated to Todd 4, so it'll have the nice lighting. There'll be debranded first Great Western trains, sort of mixed in among the GWR, and they did mention that like they've overhauled Diesel Legends as well, so I don't know if that's got a new timetable, but that would I'd be interested to see in any case, because that's a nice one for just spawning in a HST in the original BR Blue livery and then taking it down as if it's the first one in the timetable. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about that. I think like I don't know, I think I might have to take a day off work to play this, and when it launches, because I already ordered the deluxe straight off. I was like, yep, I want that discount. I'm going to use all of these locos. I can tell the Frankfurt Fulda route as well with the iced tea. I'm excited. And what else? I think another interesting piece of news is on one of the I think it's in the roadmap article itself, and it might have been in the first one. I might not have noticed this, but it sort of says 0 to 3 months, and then what comes later. And the first route that seems to be on the horizon is actually the Boston route, the new MBTA route. That's interesting, because that the only screenshots they had for that were the was the loco and the cars, the double-decker carriages. So that's going to be pretty interesting if that's the next route coming along. So I mean, 0 to 3 months means definitely before Christmas. The rest are all just sort of like in a future unknown time. I think, as they had no screenshots for Cardiff, that one's a while away. Where are we? What was that 84? And oh, it was for us. It was a warning. Come on. And I also think the West Coast Main Line North Preston Carlisle might be a while off, because we didn't see the Mark III A's in any of the screenshots. I'm so excited for those. So excited for those. They are going to make British Rail routes, era routes, so much fun. And we didn't even see, we only really saw like the back side of the 87. So maybe that means they haven't really finished modelling the front or something. What else? Oh, they shared some in the roadmap as well. They didn't have any new images or anything like that. Hello, other HSD. But they did show some images of the route recon. They like rivet. So for the I can't remember the name. I think it's Fulton or something branch that's going to be added to the 5 circle for free because it just opened in real life. Because they couldn't really get access because it's so new. They chartered a plane and flew over it and got loads of reference pictures, so they showed those. So that's pretty exciting. And there's like a new livery because I think the 158 does go there, and that's going to be and it has like it had like a celebratory livery when it opened. So they're putting that into the game, so that's pretty exciting, and that might come sooner rather than later. I don't know. And what else? What else? Oh, the Pendolino will layer into Cathcart Circle. There were some screenshots of that. No mention of it on. No mention of it on. What's that other route? That Manchester route? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but the one that goes between Manchester, Piccadilly, and other place. Oh, I see something. Oh, it's a freight train. I think we're gonna side by side it for a bit. What is that route? It's something it's not Gospel Oak, but it's something with a G, I think, or D maybe. I don't know. It's the Manchester route that's just like the little you have the 323 and you sort of take it a little bit down the approach to Manchester Piccadilly, and then you sort of turn off onto like a small branch line. That route is no mention of that if it's going to layer in there. I don't know if it was confirmed that it won't back layer into the Bakerloo line, but it sounded like that. Like it's not going to. Oh, look at that! Gorgeous, gorgeous. I do have an expansion or enhancement pack for this route installed, which I think sort of gets rid of the smoke that comes out of them because it doesn't look very good, or because they're in real life that not much smoke comes out of them. I don't know. And it might have changed a little bits of scenery along the way, like added in some trackside workers and stuff like that. I'm just going to pop it to max. And then let us like saunter along the way, all the way down. So where was I? Yeah, so what Matt did say though is that you can, the little part of the overground that sort of goes away from the West Coast main line to go through Watford High Street and then back to Watford Junction, that's going to be modelled, so you can actually run the 710 from Euston to Watford Junction and back. That's like the full line. That's pretty cool. And I think he said the 377s don't go all the way to Milton Keynes. There's another station they start and stop at. But I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was Watford Junction or somewhere further north, like Hemel Hempstead or something. I mean, I don't really mind either way. It'd be nice to have 377s running on overhead wires because you'll see how fast they really are. But yeah, that's... I mean, it got me excited. I didn't watch the whole stream because it was like 2.5 hours long. I just like skipped to the bits that I wanted to know about. So I am excited. More excited than I was before, even. Which was pretty excited. So yeah, like as soon as I saw that, I was like, yep, I'm just gonna pre-order it now. Have it there, ready to go on early access. And apparently all the routes should be there in early access as well. So as soon as you install TSW5, it will bring across all your DLC. You don't have to wait until the full launch. But on console you do. So, sorry not sorry. So that will be interesting and fun. I'm going to have to be very restrained because like my overwhelming desire will just be timetable mode Pendolino, but I'm going to have to do the training first to figure out how it works because I couldn't get it to work. I could never use it properly on HSD. I could never get it to work properly on whoosh whoosh whoosh. on Train Sim Classic, because I didn't do any training with it. I was just like, what buttons do I need to press? Oh yeah, and the Airbus licensed planes that they've got are going to be in Frankfurt Fulda, because Frankfurt's the big airport in Germany, and what's the other one? They said it was going to be, they were going to be in the skies above San Bernardino as well, because it goes within the Los Angeles area, and they were going to be in the Great Western Main Line on the Heathrow pattern as well. So that's pretty cool. So I don't think there's no planes in oh, I don't think there's any planes in the Great Western Main Line as it is. So that would be really nice to see, because I mean Heathrow is quite busy. So I mean already I'm sold on it completely. I've already been spreading the good word that like you can get it for free, because I thought like, oh, you can upgrade if you've got TSW4, you can upgrade to TSW5. Then they were very insistent and clear in the roadmap stream. They're like, anybody can get TSW5 core game for free. You don't have to own TSW4. So I think what I might actually do then is get it on console and then see if it recognizes all the DLC I have from TSW2. I don't know. I can't remember if I bought TSW3 on console, but I might want to see how it works, because I wouldn't mind seeing it on a big screen again. I mean, I do like playing it on PC. Don't get me wrong. With all the mods and the fact that it's just a little bit easier to play. But playing it on like a 16-inch screen is quite cool. They also like demonstrated some of the VR as well. They put up a video of the VR in the New York route, the Harlem line. Not my thing at all. They did actually put like a big disclaimer like, could cause motion sickness this video, and I was like, yep, straight away. Oh, I'm overspeeding. Oh, side by side with another one. Choo 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 choo. Oh, I like overtaking. Like overtaking a train. Oh, there we are. I do have the cargo volume 1, I think. I don't know if I have volume 2. But I think that maybe these services are coming from that. But I can't remember enough about because they did update the timetable for this in a patch ages ago. I can't remember if it added in lots more cargo as well, just on its own. But I do have cargo line volume 1, which was the DLC for this route. I don't know if I got volume 2 though. Another HST. Oh my god, this route is like alive. And this, I mean, even though like it's quite garish, this livery, but it actually, when I first saw this is probably the first post-privatization livery for HST that actually, for me, made it look like a new train. Like just the way that the curves and the lines and all of that on the front, and then the black around the windows, just really worked for me. I love it, love it. But yeah, I'm so excited about the remaster for GW Great Western Main Line, because that means we'll have Great Western Main Line up to like contemporary Todd 4 standards, like time of day and the graphics and the rain effects and all of that. I really hope they've made it so you can use the portals as well for the scenario planner. That would be brilliant. That would be really good. Oh, they also showcased photo mode, and like I couldn't quite follow, because like I watched it on my TV this morning and I couldn't quite hear what Matt was saying, but he seemed to be saying that in photo mode, so as well as like they're gonna add some features to sort of to allow you to like live change the weather. So you can just literally, if I wanted this to be happening in rain, I could do that. Or if I wanted the shadows to be on the other side of the train, I could do that. But they're also going to, it seemed like they were going to add in a motion blur toggle as well. So say you see how now this is a nice picture and all, but it doesn't have convey any sense of movement because there's no motion blur. There was a screenshot they were showing which was done with the photo mode clearly, and it had the motion blur. So I hope that's coming on launch. And also there was like a thing where like say I'd paused it at this moment, but actually, and it was next to another train, but actually I wanted it to be a bit further. There's like a move forward time toggle as well that will you can press and move the train forward like a second in time, so it'll progress in the game. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and they detailed some of the conductor mode stuff as well. Not something I've really ever shown any interest in, but like, I mean, you literally can like go through checking tickets, pulling aside luggage and all of that in trains. So I mean, that seems pretty interesting at least. And it'll be Friday the 29th will be the West Coast Mainline preview, which I am very excited for. Or Thursday 29th. Thursday. I think the 30th is Friday. So that's going to be the first like preview stream. But they did also say that they've got pre-recorded videos that they'll be uploading to their channel. So, I mean, as you can tell, I'm excited. So, we've got 115 coming up. Okay, and then down to a 90. Going slowly. We've got 2 minutes to cover 3.5. Oh, wow, I mean, I set off on time, and I mean, I've only been going a little bit slow, and I'm not going to make that time at all. Oh well. Oh, and they also showed like the shadows that stretch further into the distance, which is going to be quite cool. I mean, to be honest, I've gotten used to it now, so I don't even really notice it. But like as you can see here, it's quite noticeable the fact that the shadows render in that close, but they seemed in the screenshot to stretch off into the distance. That's a train ahead of us, isn't it? It is. It is. I think that's a 158. Because it looks very small for anything else. Oh, we got like a sudden yellow. Sudden single yellow, so I guess that 158 is getting ahead of us into the station. So I need to... Yes, there's a red. Pesky red. Yeah, it's moving onto the track ahead of us. I'm slowing down more than I need to, just so that I don't have to like get to the red and then stop. So I've still got some momentum when I get to it, and hopefully it will turn green by then. I think that's the trick the drivers use. Dun, 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 dun. I think this is our red. We can watch ourselves saunter in. Well, we're already an hour and a half late before we even get to this red, so I don't know how we were supposed to be on time. Oh, it just changed to yellow, didn't it? It made a sound as well. It made like a clicking sound. I didn't even realize that it did that. Let's watch ourselves come on in. I mean, the platform is right there, so I don't need to be going too fast. I'd be a worker just sitting on the gantry. I don't think anyone does that legally. Here it comes. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, that was my excuse to talk about Chasing World 5 really, but also drive a train. Yeah, I'm trying to think, were there any other updates about third parties? So, just trains. Oh, there was a route by Alan Thompson Simulation, which has no name, which has no details, but they've shared some screenshots. It's overhead electric. Could be any period because the screenshots they showed sort of like flats and houses that could be any time since the post-war era. It's UK. Part of me thought like at first, oh, it's the Tyne Metro, but then I took a look at the Tyne Metro and I think the overhead line posts, electrical posts aren't the same on the Metro. They're much because it's a light rail system. They're not as profound as they are in the screenshots, and and I thought maybe because if it doesn't look like a West Coast main line or a big main line, it looks more smaller. Um, So then maybe it would be um, something like the line that goes between Fenchurch Street and Southend. But then it didn't. But then I couldn't really see anywhere on that line that would look like that. Maybe Basildon or Pitsea. Um, 26 minutes. Should have taken a look much less than that. So yeah, no ideas on what that is. I'm sure if you go to the forums, someone's worked it out. And what else was there? Oh, they shared the screenshots that were already on the roadmap for the Tadami line in Japan. And I didn't quite catch any updates they were saying about that. I think they made it sound like it's still quite far away. Um, and there's a class 47 from a new third party that's like a rail tour with BR Blue Mark Ones. So that looked quite interesting, nice. But I mean, the packet's going to be part of is like East Coast Mainline diesel rail tours, and I'm not sure I'm that interested in it. Oh, they also another feature they mentioned for TSW5, which sounds quite interesting, is you can choose what layers to turn on in the game. So if like there are, if I mean, it sounded like it's more for players who have struggles with their performance if they don't want um, if they want to cut out some layers that they don't think are particularly necessary for their enjoyment. But they also said that like if say you don't like rail tools or a special service that they put in because it's unrealistic, that you can just turn it off in the UI. So that sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. I can't think off the top of my head what I would get rid of. um, because the rail tools are not usually that busy, or there's not so many of them that I ever notice them. Um, like the example that was given on the roadmap was like, oh, some people don't like the TGV on Southeastern High Speed because it's not realistic, and it's like true, It's not. You wouldn't have seen it in service that way. But I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it. Like literally never seen it. Um, so like like only when I played it have I seen it. So I'm like I wouldn't need to get rid of it. But let's just say if TSW5 does start pushing my computer to its limits or whatever, then maybe I'll dump some layers if I need to. But for sure they're gonna from the sound of the layers on West Coast Mainline, they're all staying. On Fulda, Frankfurt Fulda, they're all staying. And I love all the layers on the Scottish routes as well. Like I can't wait to see a Pendolino coming out of into and out of Glasgow Queen Street. Not Queen Street, Glasgow Central. That'll be great. Um, and I don't know if they would ever be updated to appear in Edinburgh, Glasgow, because I can't remember if Pendolinos do ever go to Edinburgh. I have a feeling they do. I have a feeling I've seen pictures of them at Edinburgh Waverley, but maybe they don't anymore. Um, so yeah. Oh, and the other thing about Great Western Main Line is they've made a unofficial 165. So the 166 is a three car, and they've sort of taken out the middle car to make it a 165. It's not an official 165 in that they haven't modeled it properly, but there is going to be there, so it will do all the services. So I mean, I'm looking forward to this timetable because there's enough trains for that route and that era to make it absolutely perfect. I'm excited, very excited for it. So yeah, well I'll end there because like we've got, I mean, with the West Coast Main Line in the game, the East Coast Main Line in the game, a remastered Great Western Main Line in the game, Midland Main Line, which you've already seen, is quite a busy route these days. The only things we really need to be looking out for is the Great Eastern Main Line into um, from London to Norwich, and actually that's a possibility now that I think about it because if Just Trains are doing an 87, I think maybe the 87s like for a while did the intercity services between London and Norwich, but it might have been like an 86, um, and it might have been after privatization, which wouldn't be very nice because the original privatization for that area was hideous. Anglia Trains, a horrible green, um, and then we don't really have the Southwest Main Line, but the it where it goes to is there, so it joins up just before around uh, I can't remember the names, around Rocham. It joins up from London. So I think as you're leaving that station with the really low speed limit that comes around a curve as you come out the tunnel, just before Ro Rochester, um, the Southwestern Main Line is the line that just carries on in front of you. Um, Not Southwest, Southeastern Main Line, or Kent Main Line or something like that. That one. So that could be put into the game. Southwestern Main Line, I think, is the line that comes out of Waterloo and goes towards Weymouth and Southampton. That could be in the game. Um, because we've got Clapham Junction. So all we need now is Waterloo. I mean, thinking about the big terminals we've got St Pancras, King's Cross is there, but it's not modelled. We've got Euston now. Um, we need Mallow. Oh, we need the Chiltern main line, and they have the license for Chiltern. That would be amazing. Um, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because like the possibilities are endless, and I should be grateful for what we're getting because what we're getting is pretty good. So yeah, I will still be posting videos. I think in TSW4 before I eliminate it for TSW5. Um, well, I might wait until I've got TSW5 installed and proven it works before I delete TSW4. I think I made that mistake last year. Got rid of TSW3 and then realized TSW4 didn't have any of the legacy routes until proper launch. And I was like, oh no, I can only really play. I don't get any of the layers. So yeah, but rest assured, when TSW5 is out, I will be making videos of that Pendolino. I'll be making videos of that iced tea, and I'll be making videos of that Great Western Main Line. And I will definitely be getting that MBTA route if it comes out before Christmas, as it sounds like it might. Sounds like it will. I don't know. And maybe that rivet upgrade to 5 Circle will be a big one as well. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll bid you adieu. I'll say Hasta luego.